What's happening, everybody? The Zelda Religionist here, and today's entry will be a pretty interesting topic. So, let's get started, shall we? Could we potentially be playing as a new Link in Zelda Breath of the Wild? Now, I have thought about this possibility, but I haven't thought greatly into. Mostly my strong theories have been that we're either playing as the same Link from Skyward Sword or the same Link from Ocarina of Time. Most likely, that's just my personal belief. But what if we are playing as a brand new Link we've never seen before? And if that's the case, then here's most likely how the beginning of Breath of the Wild will go. It's going to start off with the backstory, of course, like saying what's going to be going on and such. And then we're going to get some cutscenes showing how this Link comes into the play, and then whatever happens will happen, causing the destruction of Hyrule, probably most likely forcing the Hyrule royal family to be going underground to hide away for a while for their safety. But then something's going to happen to Link, forcing him to go into the Resurrection Chamber, or he just completely 100% dies, and then Zelda takes him to the Resurrection Chamber and puts him in there, gets it set up and all that good stuff. And then 100 years later, he wakes up, and then that's where we start our gameplay. That's just how it may go. But now, if my previous suspicions were correct, and this is going to be the Skyward Sword Link or the Ocarina of Time Link, then they're going to be in like probably a battle or something, and it's going to reference to where we know that it's a previous Link that we've seen, and then like he's in another battle trying to save Hyrule once again, but this time instead of saving it, he fails, and causing him to be killed or at least mortally wounded, forcing him to go into the Resurrection Chamber. This works for Skyward Sword Link because like they would have just established Hyrule. It's been a kingdom for a good while, but it's still the same Link from Skyward Sword and the same Zelda from Skyward Sword. But this time, something is happening, and it's like the start of Ganon or something, and then he'll like overtake Hyrule completely, destroying it and almost killing off the royal family, or mortally wounding Link / killing him, forcing him to go into the Resurrection Chamber. It's hard to think of a way this could work out for Ocarina of Time Link if it's the same one, because, well, in a way it is and in a way it isn't. Like, where would it be at if it's the same Link? Now, probably the scenario, if it's the same Link from Ocarina, as you know, whenever you beat the game, he gets sent back. Zelda sends him back to his own time, and he naturally lives his life. But then he goes to Termina, and then Majora's Mask takes place. But what if, in stopping Ganon's plans as a kid and giving the king the heads up, they seal away Ganon or something, or they lock him up or whatever. They do something to him to stop his plans, obviously. But what if, in the events of Majora's Mask, Ganon gets free and does something in Hyrule in Ocarina of Time's era, and after the events of Majora's Mask, Link will have to go back to Hyrule because something has happened, and then he'll have to spend some time like getting everything back in order, and when he becomes a natural adult, then that's where Breath of the Wild will come in, and Ganon will once again break free as Calamity Ganon, and this time killing him, or at least mortally wounding him, to where he'll have to go into the Resurrection Chamber. So at this point in time, that's the three most possibilities I can come up with, but I haven't played the game yet, so I don't know. I could be wrong on all three fronts, but at least one of these three things are going to be correct. Breath of the Wild Link is a brand new Link that we've never seen, or he's the Skyward Sword Link, or he's the Ocarina of Time Link. It's one of those three possibilities. But, I mean, you never know. It could still somehow potentially be a Link from another Zelda game that I haven't mentioned or put a lot of thought into. But March 3rd, we'll find out. So close! The one thing that I'm looking most forward to in this game, aside from the story and how the characters are going to play out, the map. of Hyrule in this one. It's freaking humongous. So, I think it's like 9 times bigger than Skyrim's map, from what I've heard. I cannot wait to get into that world and delve into everything. Because supposedly there's not going to be any loading screens, from what one of my buddies told me. So that means you can go from one end to the map to the other in one straight shot with no loading screens. It's going to be awesome. But keep your eye out, because we're not done yet. We have one more Zelda entry before the release of Breath of the Wild on March 3rd. And it'll be pretty good. It'll be interesting to talk about. So until then, and until the release of Breath of the Wild, this has been the Zelda Religionist. And I'll see you next Monday for the last entry. Take care, you guys.